are we doing, guys? A happy new year to you all. I actually tried to record this video last week, but I'll put a couple of videos up of how it actually turned out. It was a bit of a disaster, but anyway, we're going to get straight onto this one. So this video is going to be about the new camera that I purchased. So I've been using this Olympus OMD Mark III for a good 4 or 5 years now. It has served me very, very well over the years, but as you can see, there is some wear and tear now where I've dropped it a couple of times. I've had to replace the lens, and the autofocus is just slightly off at the moment, which just annoys me. It obviously just, certain things are just a bit blurry and stuff like that. So it was time to upgrade on this bad boy and sort of hopefully take my photos to the next level. So I'm still going to keep this one as a sort of backup camera. It is quite small and compact, so it will fit in a lot of bags and pockets and stuff like that, which, as you will see, my new camera will not. So the camera that I decided to buy after a lot of research into cameras, there's a hell of a lot of them out there, and it does get very confusing. But yeah, there's just a lot of options out there, and a lot of people have preferences. They just have a personal preference that they prefer one over the other. So I picked myself up the Sony A7 III. This was the camera I ended up choosing because it was within my budget that I was looking for, and also when I put it out on my Instagram, I had quite a few suggestions for me to look at this camera and the range of A7s. So yeah, that's what I did. There is a newer version of this. I believe there's a Mark IV out, but it was just a bit too much money for me at this time. So I thought I'd settle for the A3. So I'm going to run through some of the details about this camera for the people that actually like all the info and details. So this is a 35mm full frame camera. It has an ISO range up to 51,000, which is ridiculously high and probably won't ever be used. It has a very fast hybrid autofocus, and it also has high-speed continuous shooting and tracking. It also does 4K videos, so I might have to try that one out when I'm not filming about the camera. And the lens that I decided to pick up for this camera is just the kit lens that comes with it. It is a 28 to 70mm zoom range, and it has an aperture of 3.5 to 5.6. I thought I'd start off just with the kit lens because obviously lenses are quite expensive. I'm gonna have to do a lot more research again to see which lens will suit what sort of shots I want to take. I'm thinking of getting a 50mm 1.8 lens, just because I really do like those portrait shots where obviously it's ridiculously good focus on the face and body, but the background's all blurred out. So that's the sort of lens that I will be looking for in the future. I have used this camera a little bit over the last couple of days and have really been impressed by the images. So I'm gonna go for a little drive around the island that I live on and try and take some really cool pictures and see what this camera can do. Obviously, I said earlier that I have tried to shoot this before, so I'll show some of the clips now of the conditions. It has just been ridiculously rainy and foggy over the last couple of weeks, so I've barely been able to get outside and shoot. So it has been sort of difficult to actually test this out in natural light. A lot of the shots have been indoors, or I shot some pictures for a friend's wedding the other day, which they came out beautiful. So I was very happy with those. So I am going to go grab a coffee and yeah, go for a bit of a drive.